Good day, and welcome to Hiroshima University's English Podcast. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Hiroshima University's English Podcast. I'm Joe.
And I'm Kay.
And today we're talking about something everybody loves, insects. Kay, what insects do you like the best?
Well, I like beetles the best.
Beetles? Why do you like them?
Well, because that's the only one insects that I have experience of taking care of them.
Oh, you took care of beetles. That's cool. And which insect do you hate, Kay?
I hate cockroaches.
Cockroaches, right, because?
They are so dirty.
Okay, good.
And Joe, which insect do you like the best?
I'll say butterflies, because they're very beautiful.
Oh, yes. And which one do you hate?
I will say centipedes.
Oh, mukade.
That's right. Centipedes are very bad. They bite and, oh, terrible, terrible.
皆さん、こんにちは。今日のダイアログは虫についてです。このダイアログの解説に入る前に、インセクト、昆虫について推測をするゲームを一緒にしてみたいと思います。ジョーがこれからある虫たちの説明をしますので、皆さんはそれがどういう虫なのか想像してみてください。
Okay, everyone ready? The first one here you see almost every day, especially in the summer, and they have 6 legs, and there are a lot of these on the earth.
Yes.
There are a lot. There are 1.4 million of these insects for every person.
140万羽いるそうです。一人の人につき。
There are 1.4 million of these insects for every person on Earth. And one more thing about this insect is it never sleeps. It crawls around on the ground, has 6 legs. Anybody, can you guess what it is? The answer is?
Ants. アリです。
That's right, ants. There are lots of them. Okay, let's go on to the second insect here. And most people don't like this insect because it sometimes stings people.
刺す。
That's right, this insect stings people, but actually it's the most useful insect of all insects for people. It really helps people sometimes. First of all, sometimes it pollinates plants.
受粉を助けてくれます。
That's right, this insect pollinates plants. And another thing it does, this will give you the big hint that you'll be able to guess it, is it makes honey sometimes. It makes honey for people. Everyone, you got this one? It pollinates plants, it makes honey. It is?
Bees.
That's right.
蜂です。
Yeah, bees. Good. Okay, the third one here. Again, people don't really like this one here. The main thing is that it makes these little nets called webs. It makes webs, right? And in the webs, it can catch other insects. For example, flies or butterflies like that. And people don't really like this. They grow on around our houses and stuff. Everyone, you got this one? It makes these webs. It is?
Spiders. クモです。
I bet you're all getting all of these correct, right? Okay, this next one's a little bit harder here. Especially, can you say it in English? If you can say it in English, you're really getting advanced in this one here. These live in the rivers, very slow-moving, muddy-type rivers,
yes.
or in ponds like that. And if these attach to your skin, then they'll take the blood out of you. They kind of bite you and they suck the blood out of you. Anybody, can you guess what this one is? In the rivers or the swamps, the ponds, and they suck the blood from your skin. They are called?
Leeches. ヒルです。
Right, they're also called blood suckers. That's kind of an easy one. To suck blood, blood suckers, but also leeches, right? One thing interesting about leeches is that they have, one leech has 32 brains.
Oh my gosh! 一匹のヒルにつき、信じられないと思いますけど、32個も脳があるそうです。
Yeah, I don't know how they do that, but I heard that. Okay, we're at our final one here. Can you get all of these correct here? This is a little bit easier to build your confidence in everything. These insects have kind of a good image. Most of the other ones had bad images, right? This has a good image because the wings are very beautiful. And you see them in the summer, and they have big eyes. They have the best eyesight of any insect. And you often find this insect flying near ponds again and rivers like that. Can you guess this flying insect in the summer? It is?
Dragonflies. トンボです。
That's right. Dragonflies are cute, right?
皆さん、結果はどうでしたでしょうか？もし全問正解っていう風にいかなかったら、もう一回覚えるまでお話を聞いて、次はもう問題文聞かなくてもいけるっていうぐらいまで覚えてください。それでは今日のダイアログに行ってみましょう。今日は女性が日本の素晴らしい昆虫がいるのよという風に話を始めるところから始まります。それではゆっくりなスピードで聞いてみてください。
Hey Mike, did you know Japan has some pretty amazing insects?
Oh yeah? Tell me about it.
Out of all the bugs in the world, which do you think is the most brutal bug?
Well, I've heard some spiders are pretty brutal, like the black widow. Apparently, the female black widow spider, who is a whole lot bigger than the male, eats the male after mating.
That is a pretty big sacrifice just to get laid.
So, what bugs do you think are savage killers?
Well, I think ants are pretty cool.
Ants? Ants are so annoying, always trying to steal my food.
Yeah, but ants wage war against each other. They are one of the few other animal species, besides humans, who have wars.
I thought we were the only species that's stupid. You know, I think those terrifying Japanese giant hornets should be the winner. They are venomous, and they even kill a few dozen people every year. Not to mention, they freak the bejesus out of me.
Hey, I just heard about giant hornets recently. Did you know, if a giant hornet finds a honeybee hive, it leaves pheromones to attract other giant hornets. Then, loads of these hornets destroy the entire beehive in just a few hours. That's something like 30,000 honeybees. They even dismember the bees and take them back to the nest to feed their larvae.
Whoa! That is disgusting. It would suck to be a bee. How does Japan even have any bees left, if they are all killed like that?
Well, unlike European honeybees, Japanese honeybees apparently have a defense against giant hornets. If a giant hornet goes into the beehive, they all surround it, making a sort of ball around the hornet. Then they beat their wings so fast that the inside of this ball becomes so hot the hornet dies.
Wow. I suddenly like bees.
スズメバチは結構、日本だと悪いイメージを持たれがちですけど、ミツバチも全然負けてませんし、基本的に、蜂は受粉とかもしてくれますし、いいこともたくさんしてくれてますね。まずダイアログの始め、女の人が世界で一番残忍な昆虫って何だと思うというふうに男の人に聞きます。brutal って残忍なという意味です。
Right, for example, the war was really brutal.
Yes,
A lot of people died. Or what he said was brutal. He wasn't nice. He was very rude, like that. Anyways, in the dialogue here, in the beginning, they want to know, what do you think is the most brutal insect in the world?
で、それに対する彼の答えは、セアカゴケグモみたいなのとかじゃないかなっていうふうに言っています。So, Joe, what is this man's answer?
He says that black widow spiders are the worst. Black widow spiders. Because the female kills the male right after mating.
セアカゴケグモ、メスが交尾の後にオスを食べちゃうんですね。
Right, this word mating here, of course, means sex, especially science. When you talk about science,
yes,
you talk about mating, right?
ね、女の人は、あはは、もうメスと寝るだけなのに随分な犠牲よねというふうに言っています。sacrifice で犠牲とか生贄という意味です。そして to get laid でメスと寝るとか、オスでも全然いいんですけど、交尾をする、セックスをするという意味です。
Right, young people say this a lot. he got laid or she got laid. It's like that. It's not very polite, but young people say it in conversation sometimes. I want to get laid or something like that. It's not polite, not nice to say, but you hear it sometimes, especially in movies.
で、男の人は、それで君はどんな虫が野蛮だと思うというふうに言っています。Joe, how do you say 野蛮 in English?
Savage. It's the same as brutal before. It's the same. He was really savage in his comments, or the war was savage, like that. That's the same as brutal. And in the dialogue, the man wants to know what insects she thinks are savage killers, like that.
ね、女の人は、ありってよくないっていうふうに言っています。で、男の人は、鬱陶しくないっていうふうに言っています。Annoying で、鬱陶しいという意味です。
Right. The man says that ants are annoying. You can use that a lot. You hear it a lot.
Yes.
That noise is annoying. I can't study. The noise is annoying. Or he is annoying. I don't like him. He should get away from me. Like that. Or that teacher is annoying. He always bothers me. Like that.
で、女の人はアリが好きな理由として、アリは戦争をするというふうに言っています。To wage war against each other で、お互いで戦争を行うという意味です。
Right, you hear this sometimes in the news. The countries, for example, the countries in the Middle East are waging war against each other like that. That means they're fighting against each other. To wage war against another country, like that.
で、人以外の種でほんの少ししか戦争をする種はいないみたいです。Species で種という意味です。
Right, there are a lot of species around the world. Species of animals, species of insects. I hear there are a lot of species of insects, especially beetles. Beetles seem to have the most species, the most different types.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
More than any other insect, any other animal. Beetles. The most different varieties, the most different species.
で、男の人は、僕は日本の怖いオオスズメバチが勝者だと思うなというふうに言っています。Terrifying で怖いという意味です。
Right, the man says that hornets are terrifying. Terrifying, of course, just means scary.
Yes.
It's the same. Terrifying, scary. Or frightening. They're all the same. That movie was terrifying. It means very scary or very frightening. It's the same.
で、なんでかっていうと、有毒だし、毎年ナンダースっていう人を殺しているからというふうに言っています。Venomous で有毒なという意味です。
Right. Of course, some snakes are venomous. Some spiders are venomous. It's a good word. You hear it. Venomous. Everyone can say it? Venomous.
Venomous.
Right, right. That means poisonous. It's the same.
で、a few dozen で2、3ダースのという意味です。
Right. Of course, 1 dozen means 12,
Yes.
right? 12, like 9, 10, 11, 12. I bought a dozen pens. That means 12 pens. 9, 10, 11, 12, like that. Or I bought a dozen eggs. They say like that.
で、男の人は、言うまでもないけど、超怖いよね、というふうに言っています。not to mention で、言うまでもないけど、という意味です。
Right. Not to mention what, Kay?
They freak the bejesus out of him. で、これは、超怖いという意味です。
Young people say this a lot. It's kind of a set expression. You freaked the bejesus out of me. Jesus, you know, from the Christian language,
Yes,
but
yes.
here it's kind of a young person's slang type of expression, but you hear it sometimes. That movie freaked the bejesus out of me. A little bit shorter expression, to freak someone out means to scare them.
Oh, yes.
That movie really freaked me out. That means it scared me. It made me go crazy like that. You hear that little shorter one too. To freak someone out, but here in the dialogue, it's to freak the bejesus out of someone. To scare someone.
で、女の人がここでオオスズメバチに関しての豆知識を教えてくれています。オオスズメバチがミツバチの巣を見つけると仲間を呼ぶフェロモンを残すらしいんですね。So, Joe, how is she explaining that in English?
She says that the hornets find the honeybee hives. A honeybee hive, of course, is a place where they live,
yes.
right? Right. Hornet hives, you know what those look like, those big round things? Yes, nobody likes to see the hornet hives, right? Honeybee hives are kind of cute, right? They've got the honey inside them.
で、その、ミツバチの巣にフェロモンを残して、他の仲間のオオスズメバチをたくさん呼ぶそうです。So how do you say pheromone in English, Joe?
It's almost the same. Pheromones. or pheromones, like that. It's this little scent insects leave and other insects can follow.
Loads of でたくさんのという意味です。
Right, this is often in conversation too. I have loads of homework. Or there were loads of people at the department store. Like that. A lot of. You hear that a lot in conversation.
でそのたくさんのオオスズメバチがミツバチの巣を襲って数時間で壊滅させるそうです。で、ミツバチの手足を切って幼虫の餌として持って帰ることもあるそうです。To dismember で手足を切断するという意味です。
Right, you hear this in the news sometimes. The killer dismembered the body after killing it, like that. They cut it into pieces, right? The killer dismembered the dead body, like that. And here in the dialogue, the hornets dismember the bees and take them back to the hornet's nest.
Ew.
Yeah, pretty bad. To feed to their larvae.
これはこの蜂の幼虫のことです。
Right, larva. The larva of bees, the larva of hornets, like that. The larva of a lot of insects.
What is the singular form of this word?
It's kind of the same. Larva. One larva, two larvas. Larva, larva. Plural. One larva, two larva. Right. For plural, I think you can also say larvas. It's okay. Both are okay. Here in our dialogue, they just have larva for plural. That's okay.
ね、男の人は、もうやめてというふうに言っています。I think he's using a special language here. How is he saying that?
Yeah, he says, whoa.
これは stop という意味です。
It comes from the cowboy days. They would say to the horse, the cowboys say to the horse, whoa. That means stop. But even today, everybody says it a lot. Whoa, it means stop, like that.
男の人は、もう胸くそ悪いね、ひどいというふうに言っています。disgusting で胸くそ悪いという意味です。
Right. Disgusting means terrible, horrible, like that. The movie was disgusting. The food was disgusting. That class is disgusting. I hate it.
で、もうそれってひどくないというふうにこの男の人は言っています。suck でひどいという意味です。
Right. Young people say this a lot. It's not so polite. But again, it means like disgusting or terrible, like that. That class sucks. Or that movie sucked. Like that. This is not polite. Only young people say it, or you hear it in movies. You shouldn't really say it.
逆に日本にまだよくミツバチがいるもんだよねというふうに男の人は言っています。でそれに対して女の人は、なんか状況から察するにどうやらミツバチはちゃんとスズメバチに対する防御網を持っているようだよというふうに言っています。Apparently で状況から察するにとかどうやらという意味です。
Right. Apparently, it seems like that. Apparently, the bees have a defense against the giant hornets. We're very happy if they do, right?
Yes, we are. それではナチュラルなスピードで聞いてみましょう。その後私たちは今回のダイアログのタイトルの文法についてお話ししたいと思います。
Hey Mike, did you know Japan has some pretty amazing insects?
Oh yeah? Tell me about it.
Out of all the bugs in the world, which do you think is the most brutal bug?
Well, I've heard some spiders are pretty brutal, like the black widow. Apparently, the female black widow spider, who is a whole lot bigger than the male, eats the male after mating.
That is a pretty big sacrifice just to get laid.
Huh. So what bugs do you think are savage killers?
Well, I think ants are pretty cool.
Ants? Ants are so annoying, always trying to steal my food.
Yeah, but ants wage war against each other. They are one of the few other animal species, besides humans, who have wars.
I thought we were the only species that stupid. You know, I think those terrifying Japanese giant hornets should be the winner. They are venomous, and they even kill a few dozen people every year. Not to mention they freak the bejesus out of me.
Hey, I just heard about giant hornets recently. Did you know, if a giant hornet finds a honey beehive, it leaves pheromones to attract other giant hornets. Then loads of these hornets destroy the entire beehive in just a few hours. That's something like 30,000 honeybees. They even dismember the bees and take them back to the nest to feed to their larvae.
Whoa! That is disgusting. It would suck to be a bee. How does Japan even have any bees left if they are all killed like that?
Well, unlike European honeybees, Japanese honeybees apparently have a defense against giant hornets. If a giant hornet goes into the beehive, they will surround it, making a sort of ball around the hornet. Then they beat their wings so fast that the inside of this ball becomes so hot, the hornet dies.
Wow, I suddenly like bees.
皆さん、今回のダイアログ Battle of the Insects を見てちょっと変に思いませんか？このタイトルの頭には the がないんですね。普通何か of 何かという風な、文章の時は頭に the がついたりします。For example, Joe?
In New York, you have the Statue of Liberty. The 何か of 何か, the Statue of Liberty. Or another example is Einstein's The Theory of Relativity.
相対性理論。
The theory of relativity. You see that a lot. It's a very important rule.
So why is it different in the title here?
Mostly the reason is it's a title.
Okay.
And so sometimes you cut that first the, but also here, it's not a particular battle. You know, Tokte, it's not one. It's the big one. It's Battle of the Insects. So this gives it a little bit bigger image.
Yes.
Battle of the Insects. All over the place, everywhere, like that. To give one more example of this kind of grammar, Revenge of the Zombies.
ゾンビの復讐。
Right, but putting the word revenge first, it means a very big image.
Yes, yes.
Not just one particular, the revenge of the, not only one, but all of it. It's kind of a bigger type image.
どうやらザがあるとないのではだいぶニュアンスが違ってくるみたいですね。気をつけてください。今日のダイアログではたくさん昆虫についてお話しできました。ちょっと生物っぽいダイアログでしたね。ぜひ皆さん覚えて使ってみてください。
Right, there are a lot of good words in the lesson today about insects. If you speak the words with your friend every week from the dialogue, from the podcast, then you'll really improve quickly.
See you at the next Hiroshima University's English podcast.
Take care.
Bye.